So, yesterday we talked about the rule of three. Today we'll talk about perception and reality. We already uh, discussed about it in our class that this one is intended for the public to see and feel. So, what do you think about perceptions?
Uh, like I said before, it's it's the preconceived idea of something or someone that you have, and it comes from your life experience, and it can't it each of us perceptions will be unique to us because we are different people, we have different backgrounds, we come from different backgrounds, and we have our own life. So yeah, it is what I understand the perceptions, the word perceptions.
Yeah, correct. That is a logical definition of perception. But perception can be manipulated
Yeah,
in many ways. For example, the media campaigns, whenever you want some people to do some way that you believe or that you desire so much, media campaigns. It's also called a marketing campaign or propaganda campaign. Uh, Whatever you call it, it's the same thing. It's media manipulation. So you want people to believe in something, so you started creating different perceptions, which means all the news you may see on the internet and on the TV can be manipulated, can be created or recreated. Yeah. So whatever we see first, we will believe. For example, if you got exposed to Manchester United when you were younger, it's more likely for you to become a Manchester United fan. If you got exposed to Liverpool, well, you will become a Liverpool fan. So it's your first interaction with any preconceived idea. Whatever you got exposed to, you will believe it. You will think of it as a, oh my God, that's a very good one. I'm gonna support it. Look at them, they're supporting this. This must be great. Right?
yeah,
The football nights at a tea shop. They created different fans for different people. If you got exposed to Arsenal when you were younger, you were likely to grow up and become an Arsenal fan.
now when I think about that, like you said, when you're exposed to Manchester United in your younger life, you're more likely to become a fan of it.
Hmm.
And it's same with the success.
Yeah.
That's why now I fully got the full picture of why surround your environment is very important for your success in future.
Yeah.
That's shape your perceptions
Mm-hmm.
and leads to the path that you that put you on the pathway to your success.
Correct.
That's why it's very important, very very important.
That's why the elders of our culture, any culture, they would say, make friends with people you want to be around in different ways, of course. In Myanmar, we have uh, ပညာရှိကိုစီးပူးပါလူမိုက်ကိုရှောင်ကျင်ပါဟုတ်တော့ so yeah, in Myanmar we have that. In other cultures it's similar because we really need to be around the people who we want to be. When you are around the musicians, you'll probably become a musician because you got exposed to the feelings and the freedom of making music. And When people love your music, you get the feeling of being proud and happy at the same time, because this is like a baby you birth out of your body, because you created with your own feelings and the minds, and you've waited a long time to uh, actually pour your heart into it. So you feel proud of it. After that first experience, you got addicted to it. So what happens? You become a musician until you got exposed to a bigger excitement. That is your true calling. You may change your career. It's like that. When you surround yourself with people who do business, you're gonna start thinking, oh my god, I should become a businessman. If you are around the digital nomads, you will always think like, oh my god, being a digital nomad is good, I should become a digital nomad, right? If you're around billionaires, you're gonna think, oh my god, being a billionaire is good. I'm gonna become a billionaire. Yeah, you're correct, exactly. That's what perceptions are. So if you dive deeper into this concept, like we mentioned before, our realities themselves are created by perceptions of each other. Let's say some of us believe Myanmar is bad in a bad situation right now. Some of the people, some of us, really believe doesn't really matter who rules. I'm gonna live a happy life. Yeah, for especially the rich people.
Yeah.
Since they are rich, none of the problems that the majority of the people face,
not their problem.
Yeah, not even zero. I won't say one, not even zero. They don't care. You don't have electricity. Well, we have everything to supply ourselves, right? You feel so exhausted about the petrol prices. Well, we have like 20 cars. We don't mind the petrol price, right? Because that's what happens when you have extra money to spend. You don't really care about the cost anymore. So they don't care. And there are also people who are in Myanmar who are not rich, but in the middle class, who still believe that they can become successful. Yeah, it's all about perception. It's all about perceptions. Some people would say this part of the country is not good. The other people would say this part of the country is good. This is a simple comparison, okay? I don't want to get too deep into politics. So yeah, depending on how you see things, both sides are good. Both of the places are good and bad at the same time. Duality. Our world exists on duality. Like the photon experiment that we watched before. When you observe the reality, you see the things as it is. When you don't look at it, when you don't observe it, it's not the thing that you saw. Right? Confusing, but it's what it is. In real life, it's the same thing. You sleep on your bed, you don't see anything, what's going on beside you, temperature, the airflow, the light, or outside of your room, the people, the events, killings, murders, criminal activities, government movements, policies, the kings and queens announcements. You don't know them at all. For you, it's like they didn't happen because you were not there to observe them. Things happen only when you observe. So, what you observe is actually that important for you. It's vice versa, correlated with each other. If you don't observe it, you don't think it is true. If you observe it, you think it is good, it is true. Depending on how you observe things, and all these things will become a reality. So, The next step is, okay, let's move on from the observation part. Let's move on to the creating part. We have a brief discussion about that previously before we start the recording. So what is your mind and your definition of creating perceptions? What do you think of it?
Well, for me, creating perception is like believing what I want to believe, but it also have its own downsides, you know, for a human psychology. And but it's another topic for another time.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
So, well, for now, it's believing what you want because you're observing the specific time frames, and you only have the information from that time frame, and you don't know the information outside of the time frame. That time frame you're observing. So it's like more like your choice. It's depending on your choice and what's your own model. What is your own model? What is your own story? It's depend how you want to see yourself in that, fit yourself in that time frame. It's how you create your perceptions.
Okay, this is I mean, I understand what you're trying to say, but this is too complicated for the average viewer. If you were to simple it down, how would you say it in a very short sentence?
Well, believing what you want to believe
it will become a reality.
Yeah, over the time, when it's accumulate, it's become your, after confirmations, it's your reality. When you're thinking about there's no opportunity for you, and then next day you think about there's no opportunity, then there's no opportunity for you.
Yeah, I just remember a story. While I was browsing and surfing through the internet on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, watching reels and shorts, I saw a video about a red car. How many red cars did you see today?
Yeah, I know that experiment. Like, and when they say that you will get $5 for each of the red car you see,
yeah,
you look for it actively.
You look for it, and you even create in your mind, even though you didn't see them, right? At least one. It should be at least one.
Yes.
You imagine and created a phantom red car in your mind with the available information of the roads that you have seen before, and you even put a red Lamborghini or a Ferrari or a GTR on the road that you usually see, right? You're currently thinking it.
Yeah.
You're currently thinking it, even though if it's not there, you create it, right? It's like opportunities. The story is like that. If you think of a red car, if you always find a red car, you will always see a red car. If you're not looking for the red car, if you are not finding for the red car, you will never see the red car. But the red cars are there. They're there. Depending on how you look at it or not looking at it, things changes. So going back to the quantum physics, quantum mechanics, photons literally create reality. Because without the photons, we don't see shit. So, and even if the photons, even the photons behave differently depending on observation and not being observed, and not being observed. Depending on that, the literal physical wall changes. Okay? The literal physical wall changes. Not even the imaginary wall. The real wall changes depending on that. So multiply that with a lot of complications outside in the real wall in the universe, you will see our perceptions do create realities. Scientifically proven. Scientifically proven. So let's say that you want to see Nirvana in Myanmar Naban. If you want to see Naban and you want to look for it and you believe one day you will see Naban, guess what? You're going to see Naban. Not now, but in the future. So you need to prepare your mind to actually look for the things that you want in real life. If you look for fulfillment, you will get fulfillment. If you look for honor, you will get honor. But depending on how you define it, though. For some people, honorable is just not stealing, not killing. That's honorable for some people. And on the other side, there are some people, for them, honor is conquering the wall.
Yeah.
Who would be more successful?
I mean, they're conquering the wall.
Yeah. So yeah, you need to, whenever you create a perception of yourself, try to create it like, you're imagining, right? Go big or go home. Go big or go home. Yeah, whenever you create a perception, go big. Go big. Imagine yourself as the CEO of a company, a huge company, an international corporation, and people don't even know your face. Oh my God. That's the life, right? That's the life. So wherever you go, they don't know you're rich or not. Oh my God, this is good. Right? That's the life. That's the life. That's the real life. Depending on how you look at things and how you define it, it happens to you. If you think of yourself as, okay, this is good enough for me, I'm honorable, I'm fulfilled, then you will never be who you were capable of to become. Yeah. Did you think Julius Caesar stopped when he became a general?
Oh.
No. In his mind, he already thought of himself as the king of Rome, the emperor of Rome. He never stopped until he became one. Well, he wasn't called the emperor of Rome, but basically he was the emperor. Without him, everything crumbles.